I'm supposed to record some kind of audio. And you know, people are telling me I'm a noob at this. I don't get that. Like, I'm really good at stuff. I'm really smart, and I'm not just a noob. So what do I do here?
Well, you could always ask the doctor, Rigby, because I am not a noob. I am a pro.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teachers Do. They have with me Pika.
Hi, let's go.
And today we are continuing with the second half of the Batman Gotham by Gaslight follow-up by Andy Diggle with A League for Justice. Give a brief, your brief thoughts on the last mini.
Yeah, well, it was like a first season of a TV show. Something that maybe could have been pitched as a TV show. And it ended on a cliffhanger like a first season.
Definitely.
And despite Batman's name being on the title, he feels like there's like one of the many other assembled cast members.
He really does. He really does. Just a moment. I just realized I have something up, and there goes the screen. I hate how it's been doing that lately.
Try editing this out.
I know. It's all right. It's very quick.
Okay.
I don't mind it. I don't mind these little delays. And I'm lazy. Okay, anyway. So yeah, so at the end of the last one, we had Superman showing up. So let's continue on, shall we? Wait, that's not right. There we go. I know not the hour, day, nor the hour. Our vessel is by tempest tossed, and darker forces yet. And yet I fear encroach upon my consciousness. I must atone. Men died under my command. The survivors I abandoned. And for what? I walked with a demigod, and then she was gone. Miracles I witnessed, yet who would believe me? I have no proof. They will call me mad. So be it. My name is Adam Strange. Let this be my confession. Even as a professor of archaeology, my belief in a lost age of prehistoric civilization, the fabled Kryptonian Age, have brought me naught but ridicule. That is, until you, Mr. Wayne, confided in me certain suspicions of your own. I was, I shall admit, at first entirely skeptical of your claims that numerous Kryptonian relics have been stolen, their possessors murdered, and by agents of some late and latter-day shadow cult. The notorious industrialist Lex Luthor has entertained similar outlandish notions of his own, having for decades sought in vain some trace of long-lost Krypton in the American heartland. Such relics were claimed to exhibit an otherworldly luminosity, though the fact that they only began to exhibit this wondrous property in the year of our Lord 1860 led me to dismiss such claims as mere challantry, peddled by hucksters and snake oil salesmen of the very lowest sort. I was wrong, I confess. So, by the way, so yeah, he did actually land from Krypton. Things will be explained.
Uh-huh. By the way, I was about the narration. Was Adam Strange writing this after everything has already happened, or while it is already happening?
Good question. Something came
because a lot of the things that he's talking about, he has not been there to see them happen.
That's true. I think this is for us, the readers, not him himself. All right, because it's just to summarize everything for everyone else between the two minis.
In that case, they could have used a better framing device and a narrator.
Right. Something came to Earth in 1860, or perhaps returned to Earth that triggered the cycle of prophecy in which we find ourselves now enmeshed. Thus, Diana, warrior or maiden of the lost Themyscira, that noble race of Amazon who in eons past sought refuge deep beneath the earth, ventured forth unto our surface well to forestall this prophecy of doom. Before she disappeared from this very ship, leaving me naught but fond memories, slim hope, and a grim foreboding. For the Kryptonians wrought their own doom. In their heedless arrogance and lust for ever greater power, they opened a gate to another realm of existence. In the language of Lost Themyscira, it is called the Ghost Place, or Spirit Realm, unleashed and uncontrollable. Its dreadful energy scoured the Kryptonians from the face of the earth. Or so it seemed, for one survivor, a silent sleeper. And now the sleeper wakes to cast open once again upon the very gates of death. You know, some days I worry the caution's a bit much, but somehow, just now, it seems less of an issue. You folks aren't from around here, are you? Welcome to Smallville. Long have I waited beneath the blood-red sands of my world laid waste by the sons of Krypton. And I swear to you now, by the dead gods and the new god, that I will have my vengeance. Stay your hand, Manhunter. This one does not carry himself as a conqueror. Manhunter, I know you. How can I possibly know you? Take off that circus mask and show me your true face. That's no mask. I'm afraid you have me confused, sir, and there will be time for introduction. But right now, people need help. I aim to help them. Will you? Boys, these hit towns are easy money. When Luther train rolls in, I say we charge him triple for this doohickey. For this, as if he don't like, and if he don't like it, well, we'll roll him for every cent. What in the who? Good evening. I'm afraid that doesn't belong to you. And frankly, you have me concerned about the well-being of the bank staff. And there was me thinking we're the only freak show in town. Y'all throw a mass ball and then think to invite me? A girl likes to feel rejected, huh? I'll take that. That gargoyle blowing my doohickey. He's mine. Too fast. Crack. Tear him apart. Crank. Ah! You know, I'm actually glad you did that, because I never throw the first punch. And get him, boys! I wish I could say I'm surprised to hear you're all on Lex Luthor's payroll, but he never was one for the hire for brains. Impressive. You will prove to be the most profitable puppet. Now face me and kneel. You forgot to say, please. You are feeling sleepy, very sleepy. By all means, keep talking. Makes you even easier to find. No fair. You had your eyes closed. He closed his eyes. What trickery is this? I do not understand. Manhunter, what ails you? The Kryptonian. I have entered his mind, and it bears no memory of the Martian genocide, the old empire, the purging of Themyscira, nor the doom that followed. His heart, an open book to me. His conscience, clear. But this is glad news, surely. If he is truly the sleeper awoken, mayhap the prophets have it awry. Let us pray it is so. For then, what need for war? Yet in truth, I would know of him, his purpose, and the manner of his coming now along us in the sunlit world of men, to have slumbered 40,000 years, awakening the race, not the mighty Kryptonian empire born anew, but instead this humble hamlet? Humble is, and that's considered a virtue among decent folks. Live and let live, as they say in these parts. Of course, I'm not from these parts, and I know you are for what you are. Murderer, you accuse me of thus, not you, the creature. Ah, yes, the ring of Zhongli. You know this man? His predecessor, agent of an otherworldly power. The ring's energy core would have re-empowered the weapons of Krypton, awakened the sleeper. Such a threat could not be allowed to endure. Yet Zhongli refused to hear reason, to sacrifice his source of power. So you killed him. We battled. I prevailed. He would not yield. Will you? You know what? Don't reckon I will. Wait, no! Mayhap, you are the threat long foretold. Yet what folly is this? A ring bonded with some neophyte, untrained, undisciplined? You'll find me a quick study, and I've never been much for discipline. So I see. You learned young that revealing your truths would bring only pain. This disciple of the lash. Don't make me take my belt to you, boy. What did you say? And what you're gonna do? Cry, you little sissy? If you had been grit, you'd be a man and hit me back. But no, you're too scared. Know why? Because you're a weak, little yellow-bellied sissy. You want to dress up like a pretty little princess? Wear fancy jewelry like your mama did? Be a man. Take that ring off. I'm sorry, Papa. I'll be good. I promise No. I see what you're trying to do. Got inside my head, my heart, but that door opens both ways. Where were you, Jean? We needed you. My love, forgive me. Enough! The past is set, yet our future lies unwritten. If we be worthy of our might, let us prove it so by deeds of merit, not such petty, unbefitting squabbles. Else should we stumble heedlessly down that same path of arrogant self-regard that led the sons of Krypton to their doom. Ringbearer, will you renounce this charge of murder you have laid upon the Manhunter? He killed Zhongli. The ring showed me a memory of its wielder. But was it truly murder? Okay, maybe not murder as such. And Manhunter, you call this man a neophyte. So in truth, he knows but little of the fearful Kryptonian legacy that now engulfs our destinies. Little and less. Then still your bitter tongue, the both of you. We have a world to save. These bitings won't break. Too strong even for me. I'll say, and one thing for sure, and one thing for this town, it sure does burn pretty. Hey, comrade, you still hide a blade in your boot? Yep. Can you reach it? Nope. Dang it! It looks like it's all up to you, El Diablo. Come on, put the hurt on some hick, and let's hightail it out of here. Somewhere out there is enough gun to kill that smug son of a bitch. I aim to claim it. What's this? A train? At this hour? Ching! We schedules us, I'll have you know. That's how I know when to be sleeping, when to be about station business. There's nothing in the schedule. Not tonight. I should be abed. Prototype engine running hot. Let's cool off a while. Well, if it's water you'll be needing for the boiler, we plenty in the tower. Apologies, just borrowing this. What the? We'll be needing that back. Jimmy, get the camera. But what? Who? No. How? Jimmy, get the camera. Y'all seen this too, yeah? Ain't another one of my episodes. Whoop. Pardon me, coming through. Steady as she goes. Whoosh. I take it the S stands for Smallville. I see it now. Front page of the Daily Planet. Smallville man stomps sinister sideshow sneak thief. Who am I kidding? Smallville man's a terrible name. Who does your press? Whoever it is, fire him. The superlative man. Wonder of the Wild West. Pride of the prairie. Nope. Awful. Scratch that. Wait, I have it. The supernaturalist. Reserved. Understated. Classy. Jimmy, where'd you run off to? I need that camera. I'm babbling here. Miss Lane, I'm so glad to see you unharmed. You know my name? Gosh, okay. But of course, I'm guessing you know everyone's name around here, being some kind of local sentinel. By golly, that's it. The Sentinel, the miracle of the Midwest, the Titan of the territories. Jimmy, what? All right, it's with Kansas. Allerites with Kansas. Is this your way of asking me for an interview? Is it? It is. Interview with me. Yes, it would be my absolute pleasure. If you'll excuse me, just now, I still have one or two things to take care of, like putting this back where it belongs. Titan of the territory. Good Lord, my mouth surely will unhitch itself and run off at a gallop. He's got that and that a lot. He gets that a lot. I wouldn't worry about that. Deputy Ross, I hope Sheriff Kent was in the jailhouse when it. Oh, I wouldn't grieve old Clark just yet. That boy has the luck of the angels. Now, comes sun up. Wouldn't surprise me none if he just turns up just fine. I get more attention than this peddling flights of fancy, and we're hardly inconspicuous. Why is everyone ignoring us? A minor mental misdirection. Yet there was among us one with a sinister aspect, cape and cowled, all in black. The notorious Batman, I do believe, late of Gotham City. Can't say I'm eager to get reacquainted. He was after the ring as well. Or its source of power that led us here. And you, besides, I'll wager, Manhunter, where it is moving. Gather close to me, and I shall transport us. I did say there'd be a time for introductions. What are you? Not a thief. You? Perhaps we should talk. Hold real still. That's it. Shh. You are right, Mr. Lucer. The meteor was here all along. Our agents procured it, then lost it. Seems the local legend wasn't, well, a myth. Well, and how many times must I say it, Miss Graves? Meteors do not course correct mid-flight. Fortunately, the object's emanations are now more powerful than ever. A clear signal to follow. And I've spent the last 30 years preparing for this moment. So, would you like me to spring Harley's gang or silence them for good? I would like you to stand back, Miss Graves. Oh, Metallo! I'll finish the job myself. So how was that for the start?
Season 2 premieres as well as they go.
Yep, and we're going to throwing more into it.
Yeah, that's what it kind of feels like again. Like if you cut out some of the dialogue, you could have some of the scenes go by faster.
Definitely.
Otherwise, going forward, if the scenes are, we have only few scenes per issue, and the scenes are following each other, then the entire thing is kind of comes across like 224 is when everything happens during one day.
Right, but I will say this: it is moving at a better pace.
Well, so far.
A warrior woman from the Earth's core, a green wizard from Mars. I spun a few tales in my time, but this is the most preposterous one I've ever heard. I mean, the chance of anyone coming from Mars are, well, I couldn't give you the precise odds, but frankly, it strikes me as unlikely. Less likely than a magic ring or a bulletproof strong man. The times are troubled, and I, for one, will not question the wisdom of the fates who have chosen to bring us now together. Like the fable of the blind man and the elephant, it seems each of us has grasped a different aspect of some deeper mystery. Yet somehow it all connects to this. The ring of Zhong Li led you to it, perhaps to empower itself. An outcome the League of Shadow killed dozens to avert. And you, Martian, if such you are, you sensed the red's powers from half a world away the moment it was free from the vault. A vault, I might add, that was lined with lead. Which brings us to you, Kryptonian. There's that word again, Kryptonian. Is this supposed to be some kind of insult? Yes. Yes. Still, you fools do not understand. Krypton was no age of this world, but a world itself. See? Krypton, a distant planet circling an aging, swollen sun. So, yeah, in other words, it was still properly Krypton from another world, but it was a case where no one understood until this point.
Huh. So they
misled
us. Like they sent colonies across the space, and one of those colonies on that ship was became the ancient city.
Long before the dawn of Earth's recorded history, its people had mastered technology that even now would seem as magic to your primitive eyes. They lived in peace and plenty, yet they craved more. Their greed would be their doom. Proven to master the force of reality itself, the Kryptonians tapped into the forbidden energies of the Netherworld. In other words, the Phantom Zone! Another universe in the call to life, and unbeknownst to them, a cage for that which cannot be killed. For that is not death which can eternal lie. Unleashed, uncontrollable, the dark force of the Netherworld corrupted and devoured Krypton. The survivors fled to a new world, my world, and they vowed to build an empire new. Yet Mars was already inhabited. Their solution was simple: genocide. Lacking wisdom, just as they lacked mercy, the Scions of Krypton had learned nothing from their own history. In time, their colonization of Mars befell the same savage fate as their home world. And so it was then that the cycle of madness played out again. As the meager few survivors, their powers waning, their numbers dwindling, sought another virgin world to seize. Your world. So you understand, Kryptonian, why I do not call you friend. I'm sorry. I didn't know any of this. That is why you live. Calmly, Manhunter. Your strength is a testament to your strength. So is it justice you seek or vengeance? They're not mutually exclusive. Would you judge me? I have stayed my hand with this creature, for his conscience remains fully open to me. unlike yours. What? Have I not willingly consented to our sharing a mind? So you say, yet there remains within you a shadow, a hole in your mind, a darkness even I cannot penetrate. What are you hiding, Semascarian? I swear to you, I know not. So this is all very burn and wells, but none of it explains this fella. Wait, outside, do you hear? I don't hear a damn thing. I do. Below us, humans, screaming. And Jimmy, have I lost grip of my faculties? Or is that the Metropolis Albuquerque locomotive prototype from the World's Fair, all up jumped and muddled around and somehow growing about on its own accord? Bah! And bah! Empty. What have those bungling dunderheads done with my prize? Capture it, Jimmy. That's a front pager. If I would, if the dang thing just holds still for a second, I'll see what I can do. Be ready. You'll only get one shot at this. Oh boy. Hey there, Metal Man. I'm afraid the bank's closed. Is there perhaps something else we might help you with? You. Well, bless my soul, but isn't the estimable Lex Luthor? I thought I recognized your marker and maker's mark. Are we to believe that it's yet another one of your harebrained contraptions purported to bring prosperity to the fine folks of the American heartland? Ah! Are you attempting to interview me, Miss Lane? Again? And there it is! Now I was distracted. Move! Snap! Easy there, ma'am. Get off. Oh, if there's something you want, Luthor, you could have just asked nicely. Impossible. These men are flying, and that one is green. Mass criminals. They took it. Yes, the power that should have been mine. It shall be mine. This one passion is exquisite and matched only by his vanity. Such single-mindedness of purpose. But of course, the mind is my domain. How dare you? How dare you intrude into my most intimate sanctum? Get out of my mind! Impressive. I had not known your species capable of such lucidity. Doubtless, an otherworldly and inhuman savage would be unfamiliar with Cicero's method of loci. So, a memory palace, not a palace, a fortress. I have made it of my mind a defensible position. I admit, I came seeking doubt, fear, weakness. I had not expected to be met with splendor. Such a waste. This world's finest intellect shackled by a monstrous ego. Oh, I have doubts and fears aplenty, for long since and consigned to the obelites. Come see for yourselves. Ah, a trap. I think not. Ah, sink as you like. But as you trespass within my edifice of my own construction, know that it obeys my rules, my laws, my wills. Speak of hidden weaknesses. When first you arrived, I could not help but notice your subtly flinching from a flame scorn. And with this, and my hypothesis thus vindicated, let us proceed to the experiment's conclusion. Let there be fire! Ah! What is it, Martian? What's wrong? The pain. It's not real. No? Try this. Ah! Enough! Let there be an end to this madness. Gladly. Whoops. Curse these muscle-bound halfwits. Not one of them has the slightest conception of the world that is to come. Enlighten me. Then deftly done, my chiropteran friend. So I believe you'll find I have the upper hand. And wait, a man's dirigible. The interior glows green. Is that, at last, could it be the Kryptonite power core? No. Yes, yeah, I knew it. All these years, the fallen star, it is the same design, the same. No, the Batman, I could have saved him. Perhaps it's for the best. It's not me you should be worried about. Look. Oh, no, that can't be good. Yes, precisely as I calculated. It's a conduit, a siphon, drawing energy from another universe entirely. Wait, no, it's pulling to where? No, this is not my doing. I will not have it. I will not allow it. Shut it down. Vaporized. Would that it were so. Whatever just happened, I can't help feeling we just lost this fight. Big nail for a small town. A big night for a small town. Too bad about the sheriff, though. He seemed like a decent fella. The sheriff. But he's right. Right about what? Nothing. He's put it together!
And realizes that, yeah, better not say anything yet.
Yep. Okay. That matches this Batman. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Arabia. The fortress is lost. Carry what you can and flee to the hidden halls of Jazan. Yes, my sheik, and what of our prisoner? I will deal with the Englishman myself. You're taking me with you? I said I would deal with you, Constantine. So let us make a deal. Consider me at your disposal. Just not literally, yeah? The one you call the Man in Black. In our tale, he's known as the Phantom Stranger. He came to you once, and so may again. I would very much like to make his acquaintance. Raish, and who is he? A hunter. His quarry evaded him once before, long ago, and he's lain sleeping ever since. Until now. For the sleeper awakened! Oh, bugger. All this time I've had it arse backwards. You're not assassins. You're jailers. Just so. Kryptonian Age never truly ended. For that is not that is not dead, which can eternally lie. One survived the doom of Krypton. Okay, what do you think about this? They're not assassins. They were jailers for Zod.
They know something that they have a mission that they believe in, and belief is a strong.
Yep, and they were assassins to keep it secret, keep it safe.
Yeah.
One who threw wide the gates of death and would again. The League of Shadows was founded for but a single purpose: to end his life. We failed. Instead, we could only entomb him, bind him, ward him from all eyes, and locked in eternal slumber. To overcome his strength of will and render him insensate. Old magic sucked the very life from this once green and fertile land, yet all for naught. So that's why you've been stealing all these Kryptonian artifacts. All this time, you've just been trying to prevent this. Bloody hell! Yes, it will be hell, and it will be bloody. For he is coming again among us, herald of Krypton's bane. Impossible! Tyrant of the Martian genocide. It cannot all of a sudden be daylight. Scourge of Los Themyscira, unless I'm not in Kansas anymore. His name long abjured, scoured from the annals of history. Zod! Okay, this is where we're getting interesting now. I will give Diggle props for doing a lot of creativity and originality, taking twists and turns with everything.
Also, kind of some interesting way of organically using the not in Kansas anymore when Wizard of Oz has not even come out yet. And a kind of similar kind of situation that accidentally awakening an ancient evil. That actually happened yesterday when I was doing that Pokemon stream. I have a short I'll probably upload it tomorrow or one of the upcoming days.
Initiating translation protocol. Long have I slept. How stand the armies of Krypton? The armies of long dead, alas. These 40,000 years or more, except for yourself, I take it. And yet you have adherents still, devotees, true believers, among whose number I count myself. Is that so? Then you built this primitive device, steam and iron, little better than a flint knife. Doof! Yet fashioned to wield a kryptonite power core. When I summoned the core, it followed, and you with it. At long last, I come into my power. So here, kryptonite is not a weakness. It's a strength. Because it's from the Phantom Zone.
Yeah. Okay, that Phantom Zone kryptonite.
Yeah. You're most welcome. All my life, I have studied the remnants of your glorious empire. Alas, the world has long vanished. Yet rest assured, for I, Lex Luthor, am the greatest mind of the modern age, and I stand ready to assist you. I am Zod, supreme commander of the forces of Krypton, keeper of the gates conquered, and conqueror of Mars. And you dare suggest that one such as I requires assistance? Neo-worm! Forgive me, master. I misspoke. What I meant to say was, I am, of course, your humble servant, as are all your kind. Okay, there's a lot of Gene Hackman in this, Lex. Quick to kneel.
Joo.
Well, bugging me sideways. Is that Lex Bloody Luthor? Today the world has changed, Constantine. As your Darwin says, you must adapt or perish. My assassins are creatures of tradition. Change is not in their nature. You, however, see and move in ways they cannot. So tell me what you see. I saw them vanish. Luthor, this is the American who purchased Alaska from the Russian Tsar, yes? Yes. He struck gold in the Klondike back in the 50s, kept it to himself. But I always suspected he was actually looking for something else up there. That's what first put me onto all this. Follow the money, yeah? Your awareness of such matters may be what drew the fam stranger to you. You will help me locate him. Love to, mate. Just one slight problem, in case you haven't noticed. We're in the middle of a bloody desert. We have the means to go where we wish. Raish, that looks like... Yes, it is said the fam stranger bears such a medallion. This one awoke in 1860. It can take us anywhere in the blink of an eye. Oh, now that opens up all sorts of possibilities. Be warned, Englishmen. Attempt to take what is mine, and I shall take what is yours. Specifically, your head. Perish the thought, mate. And what's yours is yours. Besides, I know where we can get another one. How'd you fancy a quick trip to Balmoral? I have told the tale before of how you came among us with a terrible sound and a great fire as bright as the sun. The thunderbird came from the sky to make its nest on the plain. Within the nest was a strange egg of iron. Within the egg was you. I was full of pride, of youth, when I heard tale told of your coming. I knew it was an omen of good, a gift of peace from the Great Spirit. Chief Black Condor. Black Condor! You've always been a friend. You helped me keep the peace all these years. But do you know why? Why did I fall from the sky? Perhaps it is not for us to know, Thunder Child. All men have their secrets. Why should it be otherwise in the spirit world? All I know is this. From the sky you came, and to the sky you must return. I'm sorry I wasn't there at the end. I failed you. Even though I'm different, you made me the man I am. For what it's worth, I never doubted that you loved me. I try to prove worthy of that love every day. But now it seems the world out there is far stranger and more dangerous than I ever dared imagine. I need to learn who or what I truly am. But whatever I may find, however terrible the truth turns out to be, please know, I will always be your son. When all is said and done, it seems perhaps that you and I are not so unalike. They raised me to be a good, God-fearing American. But it's not God we need to fear, is it? It's my own kind. No man chooses his own blood, nor may he be judged for it. But who we choose to stand with, that, my friend, speaks volumes. Lutherville, Minehead. The whole place looks abandoned, as if they left in a hurry. Are you certain Luther returned here after he seized the power core? No, though I sense a presence within, someone or something Kryptonian. I don't suppose any of you know how to crack a safe? Of course. No need. Allow me. Cring! But the equation, Lutherian relativity, the Luthor constant, Luther's uncertainty principle. What does that mean? Trouble. Good Lord! Do not touch him. My work is not complete. You can ruin everything. Strange as it may seem, I'm trying to save this man. I'm glad to hear it. How can I help? Let me work in peace. Easy there, friend. I've got you. This man needs water. Who knows how long Luther's had him locked up in here? Many days. And this one, many years. He's alive in there. Alive and dreaming. Yet he need not dream alone. Mr. Garrick. Jay, I have brought you a visitor. Mr. Luther doesn't like visitors. He's quite strict about it. Mr. Luther is indisposed. In fact, you may recall it has been quite some time since last you saw him. When did you last leave this room? Leave? I can't leave, not until I figure this out. Surely it must be energy, matter or either matter or energy. It cannot be both. En contraire, allow me to introduce my Mr. Victor Stone. I'll admit, I don't entirely understand what's happening. We may be dreaming. Nevertheless, I've been considering your plight, sir, and I believe I may have an answer. For all my effort, I simply wasn't able to reach you until now. Reach me? But I've been right here ever since, Why can't I remember? Luther deduced that matter and energy are equivalent and interchangeable, that there is a third state somehow, neither or in both. And I believe that is where, or rather what, you are now, sir. Trapped at this very pivot point of transformation in as yet unresolved superposition of indefinite indeterminacy. Superposition, indeterminacy, this all sounds quite mad. And yet, your mind conjured this room, that you might strive to deduce the means to overcome your condition. For 33 years, you have toiled in vain. Now it is time to return to reality. But only you can choose the path. The room has 2 doors. Choose matter, and you become yourself. And if I were to choose energy, it is an interesting question. Assuming Luther's calculations are correct, let's see, 100% mass energy conversion with no means of controlling the release. I'd say enough energy to flash vaporize Lutherville and reduce a significant proportion of Kansas to a smoldering crater. Dade Field and the tremor in Gotham. Who are you people? John Jones. And I'm blending in. This metalwork resembles the metallic monstrosity of Luther's making. Was this poor soul to be its pilot? Luther's a monster. Indeed, one who now serves a yet greater monster, Zod. And you fools have handed him the means of victory. I'm sorry, have we met? Be on your guard, all of you. The she-devil is a ruthless and cold-blooded assassin. I have taken lives, it is true. A few must die so that many may live. Such is the burden of command. Do you truly believe you can save humanity without sacrificing some of your own? If you come for the ring of Zhongli, you'll find yourself well outmatched this time. It is too late for that. The ring has awoken. And worse, thanks to you, the source of its power is now in the hands of the enemy. The question is, will you help me steal it back before the world burns? Ah! It worked! He chose matter! Cover your eyes! Hi, I'm Jay Garrick. So, what did I miss? Buenos Aires, Argentina. Please, sir, you must believe me. You must send word both to my patron, Bruce Wayne in Gotham, and to the president in Washington, D.C. And it must be now, for our very civilization at stake. Sir, kindly comport yourself with the modicum of decorum. It's the United States Embassy, not some dockside rum house. We do not take kindly to malodorous delinquents, nor their fantastical tales of lost civilization and Amazonian warrior women. You're clearly inebriated, sir. And what I am is the world's leading expert in Kryptonian archaeology, Professor Adam Strange of the University of Metropolis. And I am telling you that you and everyone you love and have ever loved is in great peril. Time is running out. Send word to America now. Julian, see him out. Go! Oh, honestly, have you ever heard the like? Feeble imagination mixed with hopeless inebriation. A recipe for insanity. Thankfully, we are the prodigious Julian to deal with such. Oh my! I am Diana of Las Semiscara, the tribe born of the five of the six. My friend Adam Strange is a worthy citizen of your realm, and you its humble servant. Thus, you will heed its call to action. Of course, madam, ma'am. Telegram, 2 telegrams, in fact, with haste and Bartholomew. Haste! 1 to Washington and 1 to Gotham. I mean, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Would you trust him?
Considering the age and era of this, most people would get mentally blue screen when just seeing them walking around and just being told that they exist would.
Yep. Alfred, I'm glad to be home. Yield, intruder, or face death. Master Bruce, what do you make of the fireworks skill of my latest pupil? It seems she is something of a savant. My apologies, darling. You rather surprised me. Drop the weapon or I'll open your throat. Will that surprise you? Talia, no. Who is this woman? Have you relieved to her all our secrets? I am Talia al Ghul of the League of Shadows. The barbarians, a term used only by the ignorant. Enough. We shall not and win by fighting among ourselves. Sir, the bat dirigible, gone, Alfred, incinerated. Alas, we may all soon suffer the same fate, lest the Kryptonian threat can be rebuffed. I have returned for Professor Strange's research note. Perhaps within their pages, we may uncover a route to predict and thus interdict humanity's potential destroyer. The book, where is it? No, gone, taken, and I suspect I know whom. Blimey, she never said anything about fancy dress. Have I got the time to nip home and change? John Constantine at your service, lately of Her Majesty's employ. Well, sort of. It's complicated. I know the name and the reputation. The Baker Street detective warned me to avoid any dealings with you. Yeah, well, he never was much of a people person. Besides, I'm not the one wrecking Selena's little pot and pie in a tray, am I? Leaded glasswork don't come cheap, you know. That'll cost a pretty penny to fix. Still, I reckon you're good for it, aren't you, Mr. Wayne? So, given your occult inclination, one may deduce it was you who commissioned the lady of the house to indulge in a certain act of nocturnal burglary. Oh, you make it sound dirty. That's all right. Me and Selena go way back, after all. Who do you think it was who introduced her to Lord Kyle and Dickie and Ticker? Where is she? Settle down, Sunshine. I've summoned scarier things than you. We'll see. All right. All this drama and you're after the wrong miscreant. Continue. The bloke you should be worried about is a certain Polissery they calling Metropolis and challenge Metropolitan and industrialist. Not to mention his new friend, who quite frankly is looking remarkably chipper for his age. The age in question being, Kryptonian. Leah's perfume. She was just here. You're stalling, buying her time to escape. Gotham. Oi, there's a bloody door, you know. Gotham, don't ever change. Ha! I must confess, I'm almost glad to see you and see you can still give a girl a run for her money. Almost. It's over, Selena. You've nowhere to go but down, and I'd rather not see you fall. Up and down, good and evil, hero and villain. I'm afraid the Manichean review of yours simply won't do. If you must insist on countering the force of chaos, you really must learn to think laterally. Consider this just requital for your own prior subterfuge. What was and once yours is now mine. The book was poached from my territory, making it mine to hunt, and the huntress always claims her quarry. Julie? And now I'm afraid it seems you have pressing business elsewhere. I receive a caller you see unannounced. It was green. So what do you think about Julie being huntress here?
Interesting identity choice.
Mm-hmm.
Considering huntress is mostly known.
Helena.
Yeah.
But at least it keeps Julie in the story and doesn't just wash her aside. I do like that, because most others would have had
and having someone sit in the chair and communicate is not in this century yet.
Yeah, exactly. She would get up off her butt and help. Here of all stood Themyscira, proud fortress of the Amazon, built to guard one of the gates of eternity. Professor Strange claimed the Oracle Chamber was a passage to some sort of afterlife, the lands of ghosts, the spirit realm, the Phantom Zone. So tell me this, Worm, why is it not here? Where is my gate? The cursed Amazon Queen destroyed it and fled. Coward, and Harridan, Termagant. And now, really, General, is that any way to speak of a lady? The lady can speak for herself and her people. And more than speak. I'd thought I'd have eradicated the last of the Martian vermin. Have you assembled this league of insects for some futile act of petty vengeance? Not vengeance, Zod. A league for justice.
Well, good, of course, if you go by the roll credits trope that cinema is brought up. Well, good to say as a cliffhanger line.
Mm-hmm. Justice? There's no justice. There's only power and the will to wield it. My will! I who have wiped entire civilizations from the face of creation. I, beloved servant of the great old one, he who could cast open the gates of reality and bathe in this puny world in blood and fire. I, the last son of Krypton, heir, champion chosen one, and you bid me to yield? Wait, please, there's no need for us to fight. You're not the last, you see. You're not alone. What the hell are you doing? You and I, we may not exactly see eye to eye, and we may not see eye to eye exactly, but, well, from what I hear, it seems I'm Kryptonian too. Impossible. You lie. I really don't. Ask anyone. Now, I'll admit, this is my first time outside of Kansas, but I imagine there must be a saloon hereabout. How about you let me buy you a drink, and we can talk this through like gentlemen? What do you say?
Yeah, that was never gonna work.
So much for the diplomatic approach. Tell me true, Talia. You've killed for your cause. Are you ready to die for it? And what do you have in mind, Casamite? Stay low and follow my lead. We'll only get one shot at this. Forgive me, strange Adam. We have a need of your learning, yet I should not have brought you into such peril. I can handle myself. Let me at him. No, seek refuge and swiftly. But one must live to tell what happened here should the fates betray us.
Okay.
Remember me. Zod's mind remains guarded. The armor, the helm, somehow shield him from my mental grasp. And that needn't be a problem, Manny, as I have upon me the ultimate can opener. No! The corp abjured this world, forbade all contact, and left this lantern for dead. Because of me, now you wield the light of Zhongli like a child's plaything. Do you think yourself worthy to face one such as I? Frankly, I have no idea, but the ring sure does. I feel like it's been calling me all my life, and now, finally, I understand why. Impressive, I admit. All powers, it seems, are met. Our powers, it seems, are met. Yet, I see in your eyes that you are no killer. Are you? Sure, I've never, but why would I even want to? Fool! And now, bring him down! Manhunter, still alive. Thank the Lord. Why, Professor Strange? I take it you are assisting these half-wits? How appropriate that we should finally meet at Terme, of all places. I read your treatises at these very ruins. Lex Luthor, what does God promise you for betraying your own world? Money? Power? Hair? Of course, had you demonstrated an inkling of the true power of the Kryptonian Age, or the imminence of its return, I would have had you killed long ago. That's bold talk for a cad without lackeys to hand. I propose we settle this the old-fashioned way. Marquise of Queensberry rule. I think not. But such a puny world. To have these as its champions. They will not end the will of Zod cannot be denied. For I am the Let's talk. Markel! Who dares? Who dares bestride the mighty Zod? Yours shall be a death of 1,000 agonies. No! Yes, now yield, Kryptonian. We may kiss this thing goodbye. You have no idea what you're playing at. En contraire, it's a kryptonite power core, gathering energy from another world. You need it, don't you? The question is for what? Upstart worm? What was it you said? Yes. Let's talk more kill. Hey, leave my friend alone. You are Kryptonian after all. It's all so much to take in. 33 years lost in the blink of an eye. And the worst of it is, I can't think of a single person who'd miss me. Perhaps think of it as years not lost but gained. By the time that solar flare struck, I barely had a life left to lose. Luthor had already taken everything from me. All I had left was the work. You have crossed a veritable storm-racked ocean of time, Master Garrick, to find yourself now in a brave new world of progress and innovation. And unlike some latter-day Perseus awakened to find himself belligerent yet alive upon the shores of distant Ripoffs. Miss Julie, I'd say your butler has a poetic streak. He's British. My apologies. He? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that is still Jay. You're not alone, Jay. Lex Luthor used us both. I was to be the prototype for his mastery of the Metallo machine. And you, is key to the riddle of matter and energy. Yet Luthor dreams not of betterment and bettering man's lot through such innovation, but of empowering only himself. It's like I told Bruce. Luthor had amassed numerous Kryptonian relics, including the empty housing of something called a K-core. He was obsessed with finding one still intact. And in Smallville, he finally succeeded. But why would an ancient Kryptonian relic fall from the sky like a meteor? Simple, because it wasn't a meteor. It was a lifeboat. Identify yourself and be warned. I'm a crack shot. Easy there, love. I'm on your side. Name's Constantine. John Constantine. And I know something you don't know. All right, watch out. He's reaching for a gun. Blimey. Well, you're just quick as a flash, ain't ya? Well, just what we need. More otherworldly powers running around the place. All willy-nilly. And he's using the light. Like, I don't know how I did that, but how did I? Doubtless, what's left of Mr. Stone down here can spew some fancy-sounding science words to make it all sound vaguely plausible. Me, I'm a simple man, and call it what it is. Magic. Magic? That's preposterous! Ain't never heard of Zeus? Thor? You're not exactly unprecedented, mate. And still, I'm glad to see you finally up and about. It's been a while. I'm sorry, would you kindly explain yourself? You're the one who hired the Kyle woman to steal Professor Strange's research and now brazenly returned to the scene of the crime? I'm looking for something. And without Strange's research, I figured I might as well get it straight from the horse's mouth. Except I left it too late, didn't I? So here I am, lock-picking the stable doors after the horse had flown the bloody coop. Time to saddle up. I fear equine metaphors may not be your forte. Speak plainly, sir. What do you want? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to save the world, mate. You're going to help me. See, I know people who know people. It's sort of my thing. I keep my ear to the ground and my nose in other people's business. You sound like a contortionist. Why on earth should we trust you? It's not me you need to worry about, love. And why do you think your fiancé left you behind in bat-infested cave where he ran off with that mysterious Berber beauty? I trust him implicitly. Marvelous, splendid. And how much do you trust her? You make awfully free of with other people's property, Todd. This has been in my family ever since I what is ignorant fool. My armor offers many advantages, not least of which is resistance to kryptonite radiation. So it's his suit that is empowered, not himself.
Or it just covers his.
Yeah, what was yours is now mine by right of conquest. I shall claim this planet in the name of my master. But first, I shall claim your head. And fair's play, mate. Looks like the first round's all yours. Ready for round two, are we? Mess him up, lads. Ow! Stand your ground, damn you! Fight me like a man! No, you're not the only one-armed man with Kryptonian and technology tyrant, and I was made for this! No! No, it cannot be. Minion Luthor, help me! Face be praised. The tyrant has fallen. Easy there, big fella. I guess something in here disagreed with you, but I can't. But I don't. Don't you fret. But don't you fret. I'll keep it contained. Thank you, Bruce. He's not breathing. Let me. No. Talia? No, okay, darling. What?
Yeah, that situation. Huppista keikkaa.
It's your fiancé. I take it we won. Well, there will be a time soon enough for celebration. First, we must secure the tyrant before his power returns. And I know just the place. Wait, Constantine said there should be another medallion hidden within Zod's armor. But there's nothing here. The medallions are keys to the Phantom Zone, signets of authority, granting passage to the great houses of Krypton. And where's it gone? And now that you mention it, what happened to Professor Strange? Oh, bugger, never mind him. Where's Lex Bloody Luthor? Come now, Professor. Do try to stay conscious. I'd hate for you to miss my apostolius It's far better this way, don't you think? Just the two of us, away from those costume circus freaks. After all, you know as well as I that something we men are learning must require a certain solitude. Fortress of Solitude!
Yeah, kind of thinking about the balancing in the whole, name it that way, but also the name in the meta sense of naming them what they are.
Yep, there is knowledge, there's belief, and there is faith. I know what I am, and I know what I must do. I believe in my cause, for I have been offered a glimpse of that which lies beyond, and I have faith in one who is infinitely greater than even I. Faith that he was there at the beginning, just as he will be there at the end of all things. I am nothing, an impulse made flesh, a mere expression of his urges to be free, to unite our sundered realities, and finally merge the world of the living. Sorry, hold on. Getting a bit of a cramp. With the world beyond life. As ever, believers try in vain to thwart me. My faith makes me strong, unwavering from the loss of our ancient homeworld of Krypton to a new foothold of Mars, and now upon this fledgling Earth. Faith forever, for he will not be denied. Just as the fundamental equation that governs the living universe gave rise to powers that some once called God, so too is there an equal and opposite power, a power claimed by he who murdered the God, to stand now unopposed, biding his time in a place beyond time. And I alone remain its faithful servant. I alone shall open the way, seeking no reward, but only to expire in its purging of the living world. I will convey no form of this filth. It is just thy fear. Zod is a zealot, a suicidal fanatic of a death cult. Such a man cannot be reasoned with. He can only be stopped. How long can you keep him subdued in this dream state? Not indefinitely. We should end his life while we may. Hey, and finally, some common sense. All right then, who's gonna top the bugger? Any takers? Or I suppose we could draw straws. No, whatever it may be, we are not executioners. We're not jailers either. So then, what's your plan then? Bring him up in front of the bloody magistrate? There must be a way. We'll find a way. Actually, now that you mention it, oi! Don't suppose the League of Shadows got another one of those ancient magical prison tomb things, just conveniently the hand like it was our ancestors who constructed the Sleeper's Vault. Their art, their magic, it's lost to us now. Of course it bloody is. Don't you people write anything down? I know it sounds crazy. The ring has been filling my head with all sorts of vision, like half-remembered dreams. I think they might be memory, just not mine. Now I freely admit much of it I can't comprehend, but everything in me, every fiber of my being screams that if Zod walks free, everything ends. Everything. But how can you know for sure? I don't. The ones who made this ring, they knew. They saw. They made our world a forbidden place because they were afraid of this. Exactly this. You're saying there are other worlds beyond Earth and Mars? Inhabited worlds? Oh, my friend, you have no idea. All right, well, there's one easy solution. We chuck Zod into the Phantom Zone. We dare not open a gate. So, think about it, though. The only way to do it is with one of these Kryptonian medallions, yeah? There's only 3 such medallions we know of, and one of them's yours. Mine's an indefinite loan from Her Majesty's private collection. Not that she's aware, and frankly, I prefer to keep it that way. And plus, there was the one in Zod's armor, except it looks like Lex Luthor's buggered off with it, hasn't he? Manhunter, can you sense Luthor's mind or Adam Strange? No, they may have already passed from this world. So either they're dead or they've already entered the Phantom Zone. I do not intend to sit idly by waiting to find out which. Aye, this hand-wringing will not do. We dither and discuss, and when instead we should act. We are at war, and Zod is our enemy. We do not murder prisoners of war, but treat them as we would our own. We shall take Zod to sunless land. My sisters are wise in the ways of magic. Let the Amazons hold him. Hang on. I'm still catching up. Sunless lands, sexy witches. Honestly, I'm not being funny, but that does sound like my cup of tea. I fear my sister would take it ill to you, Constantine. Still, I'm willing to give it a go. So be it. Talia, Stone, Garrick, and as much as it pains me to say it, Constantine. We have Stranger's notes and Lucifer's research that there is a gate to the Phantom Zone. Perhaps we may yet deduce its location. And what of me? Of course, it goes without saying that your input would be invaluable. I shall join the prison party. After all, the League of Shadows were Dodge jailers for centuries. Of course. Very well, yes. Oh boy, he has 200 buttes alongside his fiancée. Of course he's going to be nervous.
Yeah. Even when he has not technically done anything, just is took for because probably because I would assume at the situation because he was not aware of Yuli being at the present where he was. So when he was given CPR, he would assume that Talia was giving it since Talia
that's where everything off. Yep. Constantine, you have the medallion. Take the 4 of us to Gotham. But it's sexy witches. Yep. Whoa. As a means of transportation, it surely beats the locomotive. Though sadly, I cannot say my insides are as yet inured. Yeah, but will you look at that? A sky stone. She wasn't kidding when she called this place the Sunless Land. All these years, I spent looking up at the stars. And all this time, there was a whole other world hidden right under my feet. I was raised on tales of the underworld, yet I never dared imagine I might live to see it. Let us hope we live to tell of it. It is well to be wary, for the Sunless Lands bear dangers, both subtle and savage. From here, we proceed afoot. Keep your wits about you. In your mind, I saw a city, a causeway with many towers, yet I could not approach. This was as close as I could bring us. Our Amazon redoubt is well warded, yet fear not, for I know the way. It is not far. That is as well. For even now, I feel Zod testing the boundaries of his psychic prison. I cannot restrain him much longer. Wait, do you hear that? We're not alone. Nor are you welcome. Go back whence you came, and swiftly if you cherish your lives. And we cherish all life, sister. Diana, faith be praised. We feared you dead. And the time for fear has passed. Now I feel only joy to be reunited with my warrior kin, and to hear again the blessed tongue of all Themyscira. But what of Diana's dozen? All fought bravely and died well. In truth, I could have endured into the world above without them. In a way, they carried me. We shall sing their honors in the temple. And these others? And are we now to welcome rough warlords of Skartaris among us? They are my allies, my friends, and I would see them treated as such. For they have ventured far and suffered much in the defense of the innocent. They're not speaking English, yet we can understand them. How? A gift I have shared with you. Use it wisely. The Amazons on old were not wont to suffer fools gladly. A trait that, it would seem, has not waned across the ages. How old are you exactly? How long did you sleep before you woke to hunt Zod? Long enough. One way or another, I will see this ended and be done with it. I see this one requires the skills of a healer. No, the skills of a sorceress. Guard him well. So he is a threat which you would have us bear within our island paradise. I would bid you trust me. I will say no more until I have conferred with my mother, the queen. No doubt her heart will be gladdened by the news of my return. As you say, no doubt. Victory? Victory. Our forebears fled the sunlit world of men to escape the doom unleashed by the very cur you bring now before me. You carry this pestilence into our midst, into our innermost sanctum, and claim this is somehow a victory? When our seers foretold the doom's return, you defied my royal command and ventured forth to confront it. In doing so, led a dozen of our finest warriors to needless slaughter. Needless? Thanks to our sacrifice, the doom foretold has been averted. Has it now? And what makes you so sure? You should have slain the tyrant Zod, not dragged him to our hidden refuge. I am no cold-blooded killer. Then you are not a warrior and no daughter of mine. Mother, my queen, you cannot mean that surely. You deign now to define unto me the meaning of my own words. You taught me to follow my conscience. That is not what I made you for. What? See how you test me. This defiance of yours. I gave you too much of my fire. High Priestess, see to it that the tyrant does not awaken, for ruin follows at his heel. Have him caged in our deepest dungeon and bound in sorcerer's chain. As you wish and will it, my queen, I shall weave his dreams myself. And as to our other guests, I will speak with them anon. For now, find them quarters, secure quarters. Diana, walk with me. What I must tell you now is not for the ears of men. It was long ago foretold, the second doom, and that to avert it, you would defy me. To save us all, you would go into the sunlit world above, never to return. The sec? Never? You have strayed into uncharted waters. The prophecy is broken. The prophecy you were made for and raised for, trained for. You always told me I was different, the means of my creation. Even so, I thought myself your daughter, but I see now that you spoke true. I am no daughter, not truly, but a thing you made, a tool, a weapon, crafted for a single purpose, and to be discarded when that purpose is fulfilled. How disappointing you must be, then, to see me return to home and hearth, and all your long-laid plans for naught. You call me callous, I perhaps, but not cruel. Tell me I was never cruel. I accepted long ago that I would never win your love. I had hoped at least to earn your respect. You have it, and ever shall. Then let us speak no more of prophecy, and do instead what must be done. Like it or not, hide as you may, you and your realm are a part of this world, and this world must yet be saved. And down through the dark centuries was it Amazon sorcery, such as that which kept Zod bound beneath the sands of Arabia. Was the League of Shadows left to guard that which these Amazons had abandoned? I can't say that I'm comfortable just leaving him like that. Whatever else he may be, Zod is like me. No, not like you. Not in any way that matters. By our deeds we are judged. But there's so much more he could tell me. He would tell you to kneel, to die. You know this. So I misread it with Valjean. Against zealotry, there could be no compromise. That's so. Seems to me that's what you're doing right now, Martian. Compromising. I thought you came to our world to hunt that son of a gun. And now my hunt is ended. Yet a greater threat endures. Before they fled the surface world, the Amazons of old destroyed the gates of the Phantom Zone. Yet should a final hidden gate somehow remain, and should Lex Luthor have located it, wait up! What's so terrible about this Phantom place anyway? I mean, doesn't every religion have tales of an afterlife? Not afterlife, Lantern. Anti-life. Uh-oh!
That actually came from also Martians are the ones who actually gave Darkseid the idea for anti-life. If there's something about the I don't know. I remember how it came to be, but for some reason, I remember there's some retellings or canons or some parts where Darkseid learned about the anti-life through Martian Manhunter or something about through the Martian civilization.
Fine.
Because the Martians had something that was the exact opposite of anti-life, or something.
Oh, nope, it's backwards. They're regarding of the life equation inspired Darkseid to theorize the existence of the anti-life.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yes. But anyway, in his youth, Lex Luthor spent years prospecting the Northwest Territories. Everyone thought he lost his bloody marble, especially when he blew the family fortune buying Alaska off the Russian. The naysayers' laughter was short-lived. He had secretly struck gold in the Klondikes, rapidly rebuilding his fortune. Nevertheless, his explorations continued to the west. Hang on, no. This was years before the Kryptonian lifeboat crashed in Kansas. So what was Luthor after in Alaska? You said it yourself. The last lifeboat crashed. We may deduce, therefore, that Kansas was not its intended destination. Elementary, my dear Constantine. On the great meteor of 1860 was first sighted over Gotham and Metropolis, heading west-northwest. Yet, according to eyewitness reports, somewhere over the Great Lakes, it suddenly veered and fell southward. Now, by cross-referencing the times and bearing of those contemporary sightings, I can calculate the object's original trajectory, which would have taken it here. Slap! Bang in the worthless wilderness Lex Luthor had already bought. Bloody hell. Nice one, Bats. Thank you. And don't call me Bats. Perhaps he found something in the ice. Something worth spending his entire family's fortune to secure. Another Kryptonian ruin? Maybe the lifeboat was heading home. Until something went wrong and suddenly, whoops! Hello, Kansas! Whatever it was, Luthor lacked the means to access it. Until our little league of lackwits gave it to him. Sterling work all around, eh? And we'd best hop to it then, before Luthor does something none of us will live to regret. And we should send word to that giant green. Hello, giant green hero. Oh, hello. We were just talking about you. There's no time for your prattle, Earthman. We must depart immediately. Our destination is the icy realm you call Alaska. And that would be, it was supposed to be a surprise. I sense the mind of Adam Strange, or what is left of it. He returned to your world. Here. Holy cow, that's quite a view. And I say that it's an aerialist. And this symbol. I know this somehow. I've seen it before. If your cryopod was indeed returning to the fortress when it crashed, then this would be the sigil of your house. My house. Are you saying I'm home? It would appear so. Strange Adam! He's been shot. Ugh, we are too late. He's lost blood, but there's still time to save him. I have searchers and morphine in my belt. That was not my meaning. The doom is upon us. Luthor has opened the gate. Uh-oh!
Stop.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Your mind is as open book to me, Earthman. So yes, I am. If Luthor entered the Phantom Zone, we're gonna have to go in there after him. No, you can't make me. Don't make me go back. Tell them, Professor. What is it that broke your mind? What is it that you witnessed? What is awaiting us in the Phantom Zone? Darkseid is! Ah, great! Did we have to railroad Darkseid into this?
This is still in the official part of the multiverse that has existed in the previous 52 versions, and all of that was connected to the main universe and the other stuff. So certainly some aspect or avatar of Darkseid is still connected to the main consciousness.
Need it for this story.
No, but it would make sense that it exists here.
There, I've treated Professor Strange's wound last issue and given him something for the pain. He'll sleep a while now. And just when things were getting interesting, don't suppose you got any more of that morphine going spare? I could use a nip. There's no time for debauchery, Constantine. We are all that stands between this world and the end of all things. Sounds to me like the perfect time for debauchery. What, you think I want to walk into the bloody Phantom Zone sober? We have no choice. We must hunt down Lex Luthor, retrieve the Kryptonian medallion he stole, and pray that our presence goes unnoticed. Steel your nerves and keep your wits about you. The Phantom Zone is no place for the living. Why? What aren't you telling us? That professor said something about a Darkseid, an ancient entity of unspeakable power and indescribable evil. The Phantom Zone is his cave, and the medallion is the key. In a time of legend, in a foul bid to undo all of their creation, it was thrice cursed Darkseid who slew the gods of all, the gods of La Samascara. All that remains of their time is their gift of magic. In time, new gods arose to thwart the real Darkseid, the war between the fundamental forces of good and evil, of life and anti-life, shook the very foundation of the world. Yet Darkseid endured. Our universe cannot contain his evil, yet neither could it be undone. And so it was that the new gods sacrificed their immortal form, their prison power to imprison Darkseid within the Phantom Zone. There he remained for untold eon, raging eternal, hammering at the walls of reality, until Kryptonian scientists discovered the Phantom Zone and in their arrogance assumed they could harness its dreadful power for themselves. It was to be their undoing. And Zod worshipped this devil right before on far-flung worlds as Darkseid sought to break his cage, and in doing so, drained the life power of entire civilization, once on Krypton, once on Mars, and once here on our world 40,000 years ago. Kryptonian Age. Then at least The Amazon stood against Zod and its cursed cult. My ancestors bound him beneath the earth and destroyed the gates, or so they thought. That this should be happening again now in the modern day and age. I can't help feeling that it's my fault. The vessel had brought me to Earth as a child. Its kryptonite engine powers these relics, these keys, that engine, the K-Core. I think perhaps it falls to me to put it beyond mortal reach forever, to take it back to the stars. Perhaps it is Chief Black Condor, as Chief Black Condor said, from the sky I came, the sky must return. Easy there, partner. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. After all, that kryptonite doohickey revitalized the ring for the first time in centuries. Not to mention Jay's lightning bolt and Victor's, you can say it, Alan. Its power is whatever it is that's keeping me alive. Exactly. And I happen to believe this world is a better place for having you in it. That is how it began. This lust for power. You tell yourselves you are worthy, deserving that, and that you will use that power only for good. For centuries, the League of Shadows has toiled to put such power beyond the reach of meddling fools. And now at last, as we stand on the brink of calamity, you see why. And hey now, and wait a second, Talia. You protest, of course. How dare one such as I impugn your noble intentions? Prove it then. Relinquish your power. Enough of this bickering. Let us hope there may be a time for such discussion. For now, let us stand united, for we shall need all our power to survive the torments of the Phantom Zone. Well, and we'll need to watch that ghoul, Batman. Clearly, she's not to be trusted. Let her point stand. So you stand with her? Need I remind you that this woman almost killed you when first you met? Indeed, and I have made it my business to assure that it's not an easy thing to do. We've had little time to study these bold new equations of Lucifer, but from what I understand, the Phantom Zone comprises an entirely different set of physical and temporal dimensions. Our universe is governed by laws that allow matter and energy to give rise to life, whereas the Phantom Zone is bad news. Yeah, we get it. So we doing this or what? I hate to say it, but Constantine is right. Enough talk. It's time for action. And stay in sight of each other. And remember, this gate is the only path back to our own world. Should any of you become lost in this place, it would go ill for you. Whoa, nope, don't like that. Dude, bloody hell, not sure I'm cut out for this hero business. That's all right. I'm sure it'll come to you. And if not, well, that's all right too. After all, it takes all. Oh, say, did anyone see where everyone went? Lady Kyle, regrettably, I am obliged to inform you that the master of the house is presently indisposed. Furthermore, and on a more personal note, allow me to add that given your ladyship's erstwhile felonious intrusion, I would be disinclined to grant you admission to the premise, were he to be otherwise. And with that, I shall bid you good night. Forgive me, Pennyworth, but I received a most troubling letter concerning your employer. Please, please see for it yourself. Oh my! Blimey! And this one could talk the arse off and the arse end off of a donkey, couldn't he? Not presently. Proper posh idiot. Tasteful, like. Careful now with those light fingers of yours, Holly. This place is positively riddled with booby traps. Never fear, my legerdemain is impeccable and thus can't be pecked. Wait here and watch and keep watch. Keep watch. A business below stairs. Right. Yes, you are, Sal. I'll just make a start on the silverware, shall I? Ooh, and the drink cabinet. Well now, Johnny boy, you absolutely splendid scoundrel. I've known you far too long to ever accuse you of being a man of your word. But your mysterious letter was right about this much at least. Now let's see if you were right about the rest of it, shall we? Who's there? Look at him, Laura. Look at what those meager mortals have done to our son. Oh, my child, my little Kal-El. Mother, father, it has been so long, yet I can hardly bear to look upon the man you have become, for I am so ashamed of you. What? We sent you to the yellow sun to forge you in its fire, to fill you with its power. You were meant to be the greatest of us, Kal-El, strongest, fastest, most lethal. You were meant to fly. My heart breaks. Now, I would say this makes sense given what we just heard about how Krypton was.
Joo.
I don't think this was meant to follow what Gunn is doing. It's a case of where they were all evil.
This was also pretty much written most of maybe was also streamlined with the previous series, which was written long before the movie even came out.
Exactly. My heart breaks to see you such a disappointment. Unfinished, earthbound, humbled, a whining whelp, consorting with the hapless herd you were born to and bred to conquer. They will never accept you as one of them, nor are you worthy to be one of them. You should die as you lived, alone. No, not alone. Dead parents, dark judgment. I taught myself to awaken and from such nightmares since I was 12 years old. They said I'm unfinished. We all are. That's what life is. You clad your heart in stone, and yet it makes no matter here. We crack it thus to slip upon your misery and fear. Your bitter pain is honey sweet upon our burning tongue. Your life for his, for Darkseid is. The end of all draws near. They're feeding on us. Don't let them. I don't know if you are my parent. Hell, I don't know if you're real. But I know one thing ain't saying I was raised by better than you. No! Come back! We need you! Come back! Be gone, foul phantom! The cord of Hestia binds me to truth. Your wicked lies have no power of me, nor ally. Thank you. I was lost in a wilderness of bone. So many dead, and all my fault. No, we are not what was done to us, but what we choose to make of ourselves. Hey, she's seeing a vampire version of Bruce.
Or just
wait.
Not sure about the teeth part, but just kind of something.
No, there are teeth. There are teeth.
Oh yeah,
that was the fate of him in Countdown Arena. That could be a nod to it.
No, in that sense. Then again, it would be how much is she now against the very life that she chose to live and share with him?
Who knows? Now let us gather our companion and fulfill our purpose here. I sense Lucifer's presence when we entered this beleaguered place. Yet his mind is not what it is. Oh, it's the circus freak. Back for an encore. Let's give him a big hand. So much for the genius titan of science and industry. He's lost his wits entirely. He has seen too much to grasp. The scale of the enemy is to understand one's own insignificance. For an ego such as his, a revelation is shattering. And the nightmare will soon be over, Lucifer. We're here to take you home. Home? Here. Why don't you let me look after this for you? Have care with that medallion. Have care with that medallion, Kryptonian. Remember, such devices are only means for egress from this blighted realm. If you wish, I will instruct you in its operation, such as your birthright. By all means, thank you. Wait, I think it might be for the best if I were to safeguard the medallion. You don't trust them? Why? Well, many seems that it's about that time. You thinking what I'm thinking? Again, you asked me this, Constantine, and as ever, my answer is the same. But yes, it is time. Let us be done with this charade. Sorry, folk. Nothing personal. No, we were betrayed. They left us here to die. Son of a... Wait, they can't transport back to our world. For that, they still need the gate. You are as good as your word, Constantine. First time for everything, eh? I figured trying to swindle a mind reader is surely a mug's game. So instead, I've been thinking at you as loud as I can. Indeed, it has been irksome, though my ire has nothing compared to that of your erstwhile companion. See? What is that? Lightning on the horizon, or? Oh, bugger. He's none too chuffed, is he? Constantine! Come on, pull me in. Not all of us can blaze fly, you know. That's it. Now seal the gate, quickly, before I do. There, it is done. An ugly betrayal, but necessary. First time. Trust me, you get used to it. They just abandoned us, left us to die here. Why would they do that? They warned you not to trust them. Now it's not the time for recrimination. We found our quarry. Now we must find a path home before Darkseid becomes aware of our presence. How? Those medallions were our only ticket out of here. The gates vanished. All I know is that we are stronger together. While there is life, there is hope. Remember, Darkseid feeds upon hate and fear. We may have denied him ours, but he fed upon Lucifer and fed well. I saw him. I saw Darkseid is. Like, where did you see him? Speak! Is the enemy upon us? On us? No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all. Quite the opposite, in fact. By the fates! Oh boy, I don't think we're punching our way out of this one. Lucifer, you don't want to die here any more than we do. You boast of the vast intellect. Use it! Think, damn it! There must be a way out! We'd have to be traveling light. Traveling light. Wait, light is a form of energy that travels at the speed of... That's it! Lucifer's mass energy equation. We need to become light. The K-core, the Kryptonite power source. It draws energy from the Phantom Zone from here. We convert ourselves to pure energy. The core could pull us straight into it in our world. Is Lucifer's madness contagious? Because that's just about the craziest thing I've ever heard. Look around. Does any of this seem particularly sane to you? Mass energy conversion. Jay, you've been doing it ever since you escaped superposition. Sure, but just me. I don't have enough power to convert all of us. The ring's all the power and it has all the power you need. Just tell me what to do. Channel through me. I was built to interact with Kryptonian technology. It's working. League to me. The Journal of Adam Strange. Had he truly harbored ill intent, Constantine could have left me to die in that Kryptonian fortress. There at last, our task is done, and the threat of Krypton ended. The K-core is destroyed, and the medallion's with it. Yet he did not. Bloody shame. Still had to be done. Of course, this does mean you're stuck here now, doesn't it? Mars holds not for me and me now, but ashes and grief. I shall walk among your kind a while and learn the ways of this world. Fare thee well, Earthman. Happy landings, Chief. I must admit, at first I didn't understand. Curse you, Constantine, for the Englishman had played a double game, utilizing some occult technique to mask his true intention. Many have tried, mate, and Zod's helm to mask the thoughts of its cat's paw. All clear, Cell. The mean green mind-reading machine's finally buggered off, and not a moment too soon. I've had entirely enough of its intolerable helm. Did the trick, though, didn't it? The Martian had no idea you were even here. Or did I swap the real K-core for the broken one you acquired from Lucifer? Now to swap the crystal back into the real core before our the trusty League of Lackwits succumb to... Constantine! You treacherous dog! You left us to die! No, I did. You're here, aren't you? I knew you'd figure out the mass energy thing in the end. I just need you angry enough to be distracted for a bit. You're perfectly welcome, by the way, again. There's only one way I'll trust a word from your lips, Constantine. Give us the truth. Well, obviously the Martian wanted to destroy the K-core, so I matched my true intention with this tantric meditation technique I picked up in my youth, along with a few other things besides. I figured you lot might actually turn out to be a force for good in the world, given suitability guidance for myself, obviously. So I figured, what the hell? In for a penny, in for a pound. But you don't want the big green fella rooting around in your mental nether region. Enough! I told you I was going to save the world, and you lot were going to help. Why does no one ever listen? And so it was that the League for Justice returned to the world they had saved. Before long would again. But that, as they say, is another story. How was that? Both this mini and the overall mini, maxi. This was the better mini.
Well, yeah, mostly because it was basically the remaining half of the full story.
Yep, I gotta say though, I'm interested by this League.
Yeah, how is it going to properly exist going forward?
Yeah, exactly. And although Constantine being their guiding hand, I find just hilarious. Although I gotta say, the helm of Zod is basically Magneto's helmet.
Pretty much it even looks like it. Same design and everything.
Exactly.
Okay, same-ish, similar.
But yeah, overall, I think this was a good maxi to try and explain everything.
Yeah.
Set it all up and all that.
Yeah, and imagination can carry this forward.
Yeah, but yeah, now, again, the fact that this wasn't so much about Batman as much as it was about his world.
Well, he started out in it, so that pretty much was
And I bet you,
yeah, like we said last time, it was the marketing whole thing with Batman Gotham by Gaslight having come first.
And I was going to say was, now let's be honest though, chances are he's going to he'll probably reach out to Blue Beetle.
Most likely.
To join in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so how would you rank this compared to the other Gotham by Gaslight books? Do you feel like this is like a fully realized world now?
Somewhat could be in the sense. We go by the first one, which was, well, it tried to be. The follow-up, it was built up from those two somewhat well.
And a little bit of the countdown book. A little bit.
Not sure about how much the countdown book was. The countdown book should still be there.
But it did show that such things could exist in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gotta say what I like best about this was the original use of the lore. Like how the Kryptonians tied it all connected, like it was Krypton, Earth, Mars, and Earth. I like that being the trio of worlds.
Yeah.
Although I don't understand why is the ring powered by the Krypton. They never explain that.
Yeah, it's kind of something. It's a ring separated from the rest of the actual Green Lantern Corps. It's Alliance ring.
Now, obviously, it was cut off. It was cut off because the Guardian chose to leave it alone. Right?
I suppose. Need to get back to looking at into that at some point.
Yeah, overall, I'd say this was a good maxi. And again, it does feel like it sets itself up for more.
Yeah, it's basically it can leave itself here, but it's open to do more.
Exactly.
Rather than just closing up for a cliffhanger that needs to continue for going forward.
Exactly. But if it ends here, it ends here. But it does set up this world interesting, and I think it's a good handle on the League. And Flash is an interesting handling. But here's the other thing, though. I do also like how this is less steampunk.
Yeah,
and more just about the world and the time period.
Yeah, kind of, but it's still kind of. It's trying to go for the cadences and the way how people used to speak around back in the late 1800s, which kind of makes it kind of, even compared to how Alfred's English man talks, it kind of comes across as if like trying to be too fancy about it.
Yep, like I said, but now, and the fact that the League are good guys and the League of Assassins are good guys and all that, I find that interesting.
Yeah, but it's mostly not going to go anywhere with that. And Batman is still limited to what he is for the other version, since it's just 5 years of the initial training, and then it's just whatever self-improvements he can do while he is actively operating.
He still has good leadership skills overall.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a good story. Thank you for joining me on this one, Pika. Thank you, everyone else. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yeah.
Take care.
May you have your